Hello friends, back with me again Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel. In today's Saints story for kids, we learn about Saints Faustinus and Jovita, two brothers who courageously defended their Christian faith during persecution. Faustinus was a priest, and Jovita was his brother and companion in preaching the gospel. They lived in the 2nd century in Brescia, modern-day Italy. They are known mainly by these names, but sometimes the name Jovinus is used instead of Jovita. Most people today call them Faustinus and Jovita. When Roman authorities demanded they renounce Jesus, they refused. They endured many trials but remained faithful until martyrdom. They are especially honored as patron saints of Brescia. Faustinus and Jovita were born into a Christian family in Brescia. Some say they came from a noble family, but it is not certain. What matters most is that they were raised to love Christ from a young age. Faustinus was the older brother. Jovita was the younger one. They were very close and shared everything, especially their faith. They grew up when it was dangerous to be a Christian. Even so, their family taught them to be strong and not to hide their beliefs. They learned the teachings of Jesus and the church early on. As they got older, they became more serious about sharing their faith with others. They wanted everyone to know Jesus. They believed it was worth risking their lives to speak the truth. Though we do not know all the small details of their early life, it is clear they were raised with courage, hope, and love for Christ. Faustinus and Jovita began to preach the Christian faith openly in Brescia and the nearby cities. They spoke in the streets, the markets, and anywhere people would listen. Many people listened to them and became Christians. Their boldness upset the Roman leaders who wanted to stop the spread of Christianity. The brothers did not back down. They preached even when they were warned to be silent. They knew that preaching Christ was more important than their own safety. Their work was not only preaching with words. They also helped the poor, healed the sick, and comforted the suffering. People could see the love of Christ in how they lived. Because of their courage and success, Faustinus and Jovita were soon targeted by the Roman authorities. Arrest was only a matter of time. Faustinus and Jovita were arrested and brought before Roman judges. They were ordered to stop preaching and worship the Roman gods. They refused. The brothers were tortured to try to make them give up their faith. They were beaten, burned, and thrown to wild animals. Each time, they kept their trust in Christ. Many people were amazed by their courage. Some even became Christians after seeing their faith under torture. The Romans finally ordered them to be killed by the sword. They were martyred together, faithful to Christ to the very end. Their death was a strong witness to the early Christian community. It showed that Jesus was worth living and dying for. After their death, Faustinus and Jovita were honored by the Christians in Brescia. They were remembered as heroes of the faith. In the early church, many saints were honored by the people before official canonization processes existed. They became the patron saints of Brescia. People prayed to them for strength and courage, especially in times of trouble. Their feast day is February 15th. It is still celebrated, especially in Italy. Churches and towns have been named after them. Today, Faustinus and Jovita remind us that faith is worth everything. Their story calls us to be brave and to trust in Christ no matter what. And Jovita show us what real courage looks like. They lived at a time when being Christian could cost them everything. They knew the risks, but kept speaking about Jesus. Their example teaches us that faith is not something to hide when life gets hard. It is something we are called to live boldly. Many times we are tempted to stay quiet about our faith, might fear what others will think. We might worry about losing friends or being judged. Faustinus and Jovita remind us that faith is worth speaking about, even when it is not easy. Their story also shows that we are stronger when we stand together. They were brothers, but they were also partners in mission. We need people who walk with us in faith. We need friends and family who will encourage us to keep going when things are hard. Faustinus and Jovita trusted that Jesus was with them even in suffering. They did not run away when trouble came. Their faith gave them courage to face anything. We can ask God to help us trust Him like they did, even when life feels scary or uncertain. Let's ponder and reflect on these questions. When have I been afraid to show my faith? Who are the people who help me stay strong in my faith? How can I be more bold and loving when I talk about Jesus? Saints Faustinus and Jovita lived with courage and hope. They were not afraid to tell others about Jesus. Even when they were threatened and hurt, they stayed true to their faith. Their story is a reminder that being a Christian sometimes means taking risks. It means standing up for what is right, even when it is hard. Faustinus and Jovita worked together as brothers and as friends in faith. They show us that we do not have to face challenges alone. We can find strength with each other and with God. Today, their memory lives on. Their lives still inspire people to be brave, to love God, and to live their faith out loud. Saints Faustinus and Jovita show us that even in the hardest times, we can stay strong. Let's take some time to learn more about Saints Faustinus and Jovita. Their story can give you courage when you need it most. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully this story can inspire you to be brave and courageous for God. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting contents and stories of saints. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.